We shall prove ourselves in glorious combat!
Five, four,
Greetings.
2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Heal up here.
The objective is now.
Everyone, heal up. Locking down the objective. Rally to me. Get over here. Behind you. I've got you in my sights.
I'm back in the fight.
Experience tranquility.
Great teamwork.
Get these jokers off my horse. I'm a man on a mission. Stay out of my way.
I am on fire.
Winston reporting.
Junkrat primed and ready.
No rest for the weary.
Taking the point. Don't worry. I'm coming up. Nerf this.
Pass into the iris.
Securing the objective.
Mecha action.
Experience tranquility.
Get over here, Philip. Locking down the objective. Rally to me. I'm not a young man anymore.
All systems checked out.
Got you in my sights.
Now show them.
Falter now.
Double
In my sights. Mission ain't over yet. I've got you in my sights.
Time to raise my ATM.
Damn it. these days, someone's gonna put an end to you.
I invite them to try.
Go!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective. The objective is now active.
Damn it! Come here, get stabilized. Sic transit gloria.
Helden sterben nicht.
Sic transit gloria. I've got you in my sights. Tactical visor activated.
The objective is mine.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Nerf this!
Quadruple kill.
Everything can be hacked, and everyone. Looking for me?
There is no way.
Gotcha. Back off.
I'm feeling unstoppable.
Play of the game.
Nerf this!
Quadruple kill. Epic.
Thanks for your support!
traveling to Dorado. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Which I set up a graviton surge on the entire enemy team and shield time perfectly onto Arkanji. As soon as he turns the corner, has the chance to take damage, I'm shielding him. Now, there's different strategies to this. Theoretically, I could have even waited a bit longer, as it's best to allow your team to engage in a fight, have the enemy team focused and determined on killing them, because especially as a character gets lower on HP, they're going to get called out, they're going to say, that character's low, so the enemy team is going to try to focus them. That is the ideal time to drop the shields. Because we were doing an ult stack, I just didn't want any chances of shenanigans of him dying with his ult in his hand, so I dropped it immediately. He got behind them, was able to slay them up, filet mignon in the graviton surge, and it all worked out. That is what you want to focus on. Getting charge is important, right? So you can drop shields either on yourself or on your teammates if it looks like the enemy is spamming in a direction. You get some free charge that way, that's good, no harm, no foul. But what's really important is to hit the timings and to hold it, actually. Oftentimes with abilities on Overwatch, I think people think if they don't use it, they're wasting it. But that's not the case with Zarya shields at all, because really, because the cooldown is so long, if you do use it, and then in a second or two later you need it, then all of a sudden you just lost all that value, right? It might feel weird to have that restraint all the time and to hold off on shielding teammates, but you really need to learn it, because until your team is actually committing to a fight, the Zarya shields might not get any value because you're playing a little poking game, and your teammates are playing skittish and too pokey. They're not going to commit to the fight enough to get the value of the Zarya shield to allow you to snowball in the first place. So, long story short, I find that Zarya works best actually with two types of teammates. Either one, some of my friends who are good at exploiting openings, for instance, like Liam's Genji, or we have a friend Tuco who plays Ryan and will look for a charge timing and go for it. When you have teammates that know how to explode in playmaking ability, and you're good at timing those shields, you will save them, bail them out, but also enable them to have the freedom to make those plays. When I played in solo queue, however, and it seems like every teammate is waiting for the other teammates to go in, then it's a little bit trickier. And in that scenario, I find that Zarya is probably a bad pick. But if you're playing with teammates oftentimes that pick, let's say, some of the fun characters that may not always be the best choice for them personally, Genji, Reaper, Tracer, things that want to go in and get a bunch of frags and have a lot of fun, Zarya is the backbone to characters who play aggressive like that. Characters that want to jump in the enemy team's face, and even if you're playing with teammates that are a bit too dive heavy, Zarya can utilize that dive mentality in order to capitalize on that positioning. Zarya synchronizes better with a team that wants to play more aggressively, or at least either knows how to do so or just wants to get in fights. That's going to help you. Now, if your team's a little too slow and static, it might even be hard to find that. If you have a more range setup, for instance, Widowmaker, which isn't in the meta anymore, so I don't know, I'm using it as an example, but if you have characters that are further at range, like a Bastion behind a Rhine Shield, Widowmaker, things that are trying to play from afar to pick things off, Zarya is not going to synergize well with them. What she does well with is characters that want to go in. Because as I'm sure you know, it's infuriating to be trying to play at close range, just have a bubble shield pop in your face. That's an instant 200 HP for the next 2 seconds. If you shoot it, Zarya gets stronger, but if you don't shoot it, then you might not finish off that crucial frag that's right in front of you. With impeccable timing, you can keep putting the enemy team in a no-win situation, which is great for Overwatch because oftentimes everything feels counterable. Honestly, this is one character that if synergized properly, you can't talk about counters, really. Nothing counters perfectly placed Zarya's shields. The only thing I would say is a counter is the fact that there's single picking competitive play, and if you're using Zarya as a tank, you might have weak spots elsewhere, but really Zarya is more of a synergy pick than a straight-up counter pick. if you're utilizing her in conjunction with teammates that are active in fights, or you save them from Roadhog, whatever, she's gonna have value. There's no other way to say it. And her ult's really good, making her kit something that has never died in the metagame. She's always had a presence. More so, I think she does good support a fast team against an opposing team that wants to do burst damage. What do I mean by that? Well, no, because she's a tank, she doesn't want to fight Reaper necessarily. If the opposing team has a Reaper and say you have a Tracer, all of a sudden you can drop a shield on the Tracer at a moment's notice, and if Reaper accidentally shoots with his massive burst damage shotguns, then you're going to get a lot of value in charge. Same thing with Roadhog. He's got a shotgun, he wants to hook you in, shoot you instantly, and kill you. Well, if you drop a bubble shield as he does that, he loses all that value and momentum, but also you're going to gain value and snowball your power. I also don't think she's excellent against blinkers necessarily, because Tracer can blink away when a shield gets popped, then blink back in order to deal her damage. And though Zarya can shoot through the Genji Reflect, she's not as reliable at honing in on him as, say, a Winston or a Roadhog hook. So all things considered, the only things that are really Zarya weaknesses or counters is the opportunity cost of not picking a hero which has a kit that's a bit more weighted in ability. Zarya's a bit more general purpose, whereas Winston is way faster, has initiation and speed, and Roadhog has better crowd control and burst damage. Zarya's a bit more middle of the road in that way. But if you learn all these timings, I think then you're ready to really master her arc projectile fire. That's what took me the longest, and though I would say it's not the most relevant to being good at Zarya, it'll definitely put you over the edge. Great. If you can build up your charge to max, and land her bombs at range, which makes her almost like a ground-based Pharah in a way. The capability is there. Maybe I'll make a separate video on how to time these projectiles, because I think they're the hardest in the game. They don't go straight as hard, incredibly slow. They don't do as much damage as the other explosive ones do. So maybe for next time. But for now, I've been Frito from Overwatch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button. Leave me comments below. Our channel's been doing fairly well, which is a good point to have, but it's hard to think it with all the comments nowadays, but I do try my best to go through them, and especially if you thought-provoking one, I'll respond. Be sure to always leave in the comments things that you want us to cover. We have a long list of things that we're trying to get through. Day by day, we'll get there. We are listening to you, and we want you to get there. So please, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share it around with your friends who play the game. I'm Frito from your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time. Overwatch. This time we're going to be talking about Zarya damage dealing. Yes, she's a bit of a hybrid, not really a tank, not really a DPS, but definitely do a lot of impact damage. Now the first video I made about Zarya was all about getting her shield timings right as I pop one on our battle line as he goes in for action, keeping him alive and giving me tons of charge so I can set up Kobe shots from miles away onto Flame McCree's. You'll want to watch that video first, because getting the shields right sets up Zarya in order to deal her damage. But here I want to talk about how to dish it out. Now when you're shooting at Zarya, you'll have to make the decision. Do you beam or do you bomb? And generally speaking, you just always want to beam because it's just more reliable, easier to hit, more ammo efficient because you have to keep reloading all the time. You're not going to be outputting as much damage overall. You just always want to keep in mind what your main priority always is. If there's a div on the field, you're one of the few characters that actually can shoot through it, so you're going to want to melt that mech. But even though your beam does go DPS and is more damage efficient, you can toss in bombs to hit multiple targets, to bobble them up in the air, throwing off your aim, but more importantly, to extend your effective range. Now some of these shots look like they're pretty good, but in reality I think the aim style that's required to achieve it aren't as difficult as it might seem. At first when I started working with Zarya, I felt like I didn't know where her projectile was going, and it actually took me quite a while in order to master it and feel normal shooting it. What you're really trying to aim is the splash damage from the bomb you're going to drop. Yes, you can perfectly line up a target and hit them directly with it as if it's a rocket. But that's not the best use of it because you're far more likely to hit the shot if you aim at their feet. That's the secret of it. And since you're not really the main damage dealer anyway, I don't think it's best actually to focus yourself on trying to get direct hits all the time. I think the secret to mastering the projectile is actually to realize how straight it does go. At medium range, you can more or less put your crosshair on the thing you're shooting at, and it'll arc down and hit them in the feet. The bomb whizzed right past her face. So really, I should have been beaming there, but I just kind of was feeling myself because I was hitting so many projectile shots already. Of playing a little game we call Kill the Mercy. I got her down to half health in the ball of enemies. I back up to protect her.
Yeah? From where? I don't know. What'd you get?